Hello. Yeah, all right. Over the last few days, I've been looking through a lot of old memories, old photographs, newspaper cuttings. And I had a little chuckle about my dad's youngest brother lived in Tividale Avenue, bottom Tividale, near Tividale Park, Dudley. And his name was, let me get this right, Sebastian Cabot Magellan Endeavour Darby. It's funny, in the Darby family, they all had explorers' names in their names. So my dad was George Henry Livingstone de Gama Darby. And my real name, I'm called Paul, but my real name is Marco Polo Columbus Cook Darby. Now, my dad's sister, she don't like it at all. Her name was Frances Drake Eric the Red Darby. And she really don't like that. It got a bit better when she got married. She married an Italian guy from Bilston. So her name then was Francis Drake, Eric the Red, Mussolini. So that was a bit better, wore it. But my dad's youngest brother, Sebastian, Tividale Avenue, he was a real great specimen. He was very muscular. He did bodybuilding. He was a boxer. And he was also an expert in Peruvian martial arts. And he had a black belt in origami. You might have heard of him, actually. He was lighthouse keeper at Upper Gornal for about 15 years, near the Jolly Crispin pub. And during his 15 years as lighthouse keeper, they never had a shipwreck in Upper Gornal. So he must have been doing a fine job. Now, Sebastian was very, very proud of his body, of his working out. And he used to go for a run every morning and every evening over Tividale Park. And on a Saturday, he'd do an extra long run. And he used to dress up. He had a string vest, a red string vest presented to him by Tipton Harriers, the running club. And then he wore tiny, and I mean tiny, short shorts. They were bright blue, and they really were a little bit on the skimpy side. And he'd do 15 laps of the park and then back home and have a swill under the tap, as he used to call it. And on a Saturday, he used to go a bit further. So he'd go around the park 17 times and out the other end. But I'll tell you more about that in a minute. And this one Saturday morning, he'd gone around the park and he was down by the bandstand. You know where I mean, in Tividale Park, down by the bandstand. And he found it was a brand new tennis ball. And he looked around and there was nobody about. So he thought, oh, I'll have that. I can take that back for the dog. He got a Stafford Bull Terrier, Rosie, lovely dog, little, squat, brindle, and she got a big head. As we call them in Tividale, a dustbin head. So he thought, I'll have that for me dog. She'll like that. So he put the tennis ball in his pocket, in his shorts pocket, and off he went. And he come out the park, the gully the other side of the park, and he turned right down the gully and he come out on the Tividale Road opposite the Wonder Inn pub. And then he turned right to go back towards home, past my Auntie Edie's shop. And just as he went past the shop, these two ladies were coming out, Dolores and Dominique Baggett. They were in their younger days, when they were a bit lithe and a bit sublime. They used to be striptease dancers at the Salt Wells Inn on a Sunday lunchtime. And even in old age, they still looked the business. They were still dolled up and put the makeup on. And they rather liked Sebastian. They knew him quite well and they loved the fact that he showed his body off. So as they met Sebastian, Dolores said, "Hello, Sebastian. You all right? You have been running again, have you?" And Sebastian said, "Oh, I have. I've enjoyed it." And he noticed that the two ladies were looking down at his shorts and the bulge, the tennis ball in his shorts, and they were looking a bit embarrassed. And he said, "I'm all right, ladies, there's no need to be embarrassed. That bulge in my shorts, it's just a tennis ball." "Oh dear," said Dolores, "a tennis ball. Oh dear, I had tennis elbow once and that hurt a lot, so that must be very painful. You take care." I must go. I've got to go and delouse the ferret, put some flea powder on him. So I'm really looking forward to doing that. And then I'll see you again soon. Ta-ra a bit. Mind how you go. Keep out the Oss Road. It's busy again and it's raining a lot this morning. It really is. It's throwing it down. It really is. So thank you, Mother, for the palings. We've stocked up our supply, and no doubt I will see you soon. Ta-da!